What if I told you that Nigerian passports, that same passport people joke about, just got stronger? Yes, the travel document most of us complain about has climbed up the global travel rankings. And it's not a tiny jump. We are talking about moving from 103rd to 89th out of 199 passports worldwide. That's right, new global ranking. But what does this actually mean for you? Your travel plans, your school abroad dreams, your future business trip, and yes, even your Japa plans. Let's break it down. What is this passport index everyone is talking about? Before we dive into why Nigerian passport moving to 89th matters, we need a quickly reality check. There is a global ranking system called the Henley Passport Index that compares passports from around the world based on how many places holders can travel without a visa, or visa on arrival, or ETA. That's electronic travel authorization. So if a passport holder can travel to 100 countries without pre-approval visas, that passport tends to score much higher than one where holders need visas for almost everywhere. Simple. This index uses data from the International Air Transport Association, that is IATA, and expert analysis, which makes it one of the most respected global mobility benchmarks. Here's the headline you clicked for. In January 2026, the Nigerian passport climbed to 89th place out of 199 countries on the Henley Passport Index. That's a significant improvement from 103rd position in earlier years. It means Nigerian passport holders now have visa-free, visa on arrival, ETA, or visitor permit access to 44 countries around the world. So while 89th doesn't yet put Nigeria among the travel elites, it's still a meaningful jump that reflects more travel freedom than many years before. Now let's talk about 44 destination figure, the passport visa free score. This score counts how many countries Nigerians can enter without applying for a visa beforehand. It includes visa-free countries, visa on arrival, electronic travel authorization, that's the ETA, then visitors permit upon arrival. So yes, 44 access points might seem small, but in context, that's how mobility is measured globally. And remember, these numbers are constantly changing as countries update their visa policies, make new agreements, and respond to global conditions like security or diplomatic relations. We need a little history so you see how big this movement is. A few years ago, around 2021, the Nigerian passport was ranked around 103rd. Then it climbed over the next few years, even hitting 88th place for a short period in 2025, its best position in about 5 years. After a slight slip towards the end of the year, the 2026 ranking brought it back to 89th. So this is not a one-off tiny update. It's part of a steady upward trend that continues to give Nigerian travelers slightly more global mobility than before. Let's look at this in global context. The most powerful passport right now is Singapore. Singapore gives its holder access to around 192 countries. Nigeria sits at 44, a big difference. Remember, that's improving. Even within Africa, some countries have stronger passports, like Seychelles, Mauritius, and South Africa, offering access to many more countries. At the same time, Nigeria still ranks above countries like Democratic Republic of Congo, Ethiopia, South Sudan, Libya, and Eritrea. So while Nigeria isn't yet among Africa's strongest passports, it is moving in the right direction. So what does this mean for Nigerians? Now we get to the good part. Why should we care? Easier access to more countries with visa-free or visa on arrival access to 44 destinations. Nigerians have less stress applying for visas, fewer consulate visits, fewer interview appointments for these specific countries. That means easier weekend trips, smoother vacation planning, and more opportunities to explore the world with fewer orders, even if the list is not exhaustive. Better business travel facilitation for entrepreneurs, freelancers, and business travelers. Even a few extra visa free countries can mean meeting international clients, attending conferences, exploring partnerships without as much paperwork before departure. For student travels and education opportunities, some educational programs allow visa on arrival or easier entry, and that's a real opportunity if you want to study abroad without painful visa interviews. More confidence at borders. Global mobility is not just about visas, it's about perception. A higher ranking signal to the world that Nigeria is gradually being seen as less travel risk and more global connected. But what's holding us back? Let's be real, even at 89, there is a long way to go. Limited visa free access. Major destinations like USA, Schengen, Europe, Canada, and others still require full visa for Nigerians, and those applications are often lengthy and expensive. Global perception and security policies. Mobility is not just about treaties, it's about how countries view your home nation's economy, security situation, and likelihood of visa overstay. These perceptions still affect how freely Nigerians can travel. That's why, even with this job, Nigerians often face more scrutiny at airports and entry points. What could help Nigeria climb ranking further? Strengthening diplomatic ties. Countries with strong diplomatic relations often agree to mutual visa waivers, boosting mobility for both sides. Another thing is economic growth and stability. Growth in trade and partnerships encourages countries to simplify entry for business and tourism. Then we have the security and image management. The better a nation is seen in terms of safety and respect for laws abroad, the easier it becomes for more countries to open up access. Then we have the passport technology and services. Improvement like e-passport upgrades and faster international passport processing can boost confidence in identity verification, a factor in visa policy negotiation. Should we celebrate? Yes, we should celebrate this incremental win. Jumping from 102 to 89 might sound small to some, but in a world where travel freedom affects business, education, tourism, cultural exchange, it's a real improvement. And most importantly, it's a reminder that global mobility for Nigerians is not static. It can improve. So while there is still, more work to be done, this ranking shift is a positive development worth acknowledging. Let me know in the comments, which country would you visit first with your Nigerian passport now that it's stronger? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more travel, citizenship, and mobility news. See you in the next video. Bye.